All right, just go whenever. Hey, this is Evan Baxter here, and welcome to another episode of the Sit Down Podcast. Oh, yeah.
Bam. Done and done. Nice. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Welcome to Bellevue.
Thanks for having me.
I just found out that you had quite a drive to make because I thought you were in Saskatoon.
Oh, no, I'm living in Moose Jaw right now.
Yeah.
We're going to move up to the city here in August because my brother's going to school, and that brings me closer to the music. So
Gotcha.
why not?
Gotcha.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody at home and people in house to this week with us. So yes, Mr. Evan Baxter.
That's me.
Hell yeah. You've got a great thing going, man. And I know you've had a hell of a year so far, even though we're very early stages of the year.
Yeah. You just got started.
I'm very honest to God. I didn't know you from a hole in the ground until that night at the Capitol Music Club in Saskatoon. So I'm very intrigued and interested on like how long have you been performing for and doing your thing, and I'm kind of looking for a backstory.
Before you do that, I just want to give a shout out to your dad.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad. We got Evan's dad is behind our cameras, as you may know, the ones at home, that the last couple episodes there's been some video issues every now and again. Sometimes the camera will drop or something. So Evan's dad is our producer this week. Hell yeah. I got a promotion, he says. So yeah, I'm very just interested. I would love to hear a little backstory of like what got you into music, and why, and how long you've been doing it, all that kind of stuff.
Music's always been kind of an important thing to me, just listening and knowing the beat. And growing up, like even in elementary school, my parents were split and Dad would come and get us on the weekends, and he was big into music. And he got us hooked on Master Puppets and Slipknot and Pearl Jam and all these great bands.
Right.
And it was just sitting in the back seat, tapping the console, find the beat, Ev. So I'd sit there and I'd tap along, and eventually we started school out with Dad, and we were living with him full time, and it was going great. And then the pandemic hit. So during the pandemic, my dad was working with a few other boys. There's an old band called Captain Midnight based out of Domain. And Sam Erickson, my dad's guitar teacher, was the front man for this band. He was the singer and the guitar player, and he had just recently passed away. So all the boys decided to get together and go, okay, let's do one more show as Captain Midnight. And my dad was actually picked to be the front man, the singer and the guitar player. He took Sam's role. And when that started happening, there was jamming in the basement. There was always music in the house. And it's like, Liam, why don't we do this? Like, we have all this free time during the day. So he was like, hell yeah. So one day we went downstairs and he picked up a guitar and he started learning. And I was like, okay, like when I was little, I used to just keep the beat. So I'll start with the drums. No big deal. Like, it can't be that hard. Turns out it's really hard. There's a lot of energy, man. There's a lot of kicking going on.
Yeah.
And it just... I did it for a while and I enjoyed it, and as Liam got more skilled, it's like, well, I can't keep up on drums, and I like what he's doing. So
Liam's your brother.
Yeah, Liam's my older brother.
Yeah.
So I started playing guitar too, and we just started off with the basics. Like, our big beginner song was called Am I Evil? It's a Diamond Head song. Okay. We were really
Metallica does a cover of
Garage
it on
Inc.
You Bet. Hell yeah. Great. I love that
yeah,
album.
Man.
I love that.
It's a great album.
I agree. So many people shit all over it, and I think it's fantastic.
It is amazing,
Agreed.
Man. All the songs are
What do you
good.
think of Saint Anger?
You saw that post from Beach Radio or what?
No.
I think it was, no, maybe that was.
That's the album people usually shit on.
I saw something on Facebook. Somebody was kind of shitting over Saint Anger, Fuel, or Load and Reload.
Load and Reload.
And I was like,
Load and Reload are like the two best Metallica
I know the
albums.
one who is shitting over those albums is watching right now. I will not call you out on it, but I loved those albums,
lucky.
man. I thought they were great.
Now I'm intrigued who that is.
Yeah, I'll tell you off air.
Because I know that person too, bro.
You do.
Probably.
No, even stuff like that, Saint Anger, that was actually a big shift for Liam and I, being able to find a dropped tuning, and then we started playing Saint Anger, and then it's, oh, well, Slipknot uses drop tunings, Megadeth uses drop tunings, Avenged uses drop tunings, and drop D just kind of became the common tuning in the house.
Right.
And we played for a good 2 years just as heavy and as fast as we could, and kept playing, and we were part of this little band called To Be Determined. We had a girl drummer from Elrose, Tara Sherwin, and she came and we played one show. We played the Telemiracle in Domain. The Telemiracle in Domain in 2017.
Okay.
And we played 3 songs. We played When Will I Be Loved by Linda Ronstadt, Knocking on Heaven's Door, and Bad Moon Rising, I think. And we only had those 3 songs, but we played those 3 songs over and over and over again and tried to put on a show. But that was really the only performance that we did with that group, and it all kind of shifted apart. But I just kept grinding and grinding and grinding, and in my mind it's like, well, I want to do this for a living. And if I want to do this for a living, I got to do it right.
Yeah.
So I finally sat down and had the conversation with Dad, like, hey, like I want to do this. What should I be learning? So I started learning stuff like Muddy Waters. Like, that's way back in the 50s, in the 40s. Like, older stuff, newer stuff. Like, the 90s stuff was a big change for me. I really, really love Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam and Nirvana and Soundgarden and all those guys. It completely shifted music for me in a big way, and it affects the way that I play. And after about another 2 years, Liam was graduating, and it was the summertime, and we're like all good, like having a great summer, and we find out that him and his girlfriend, they're going to have a baby, and I'm going to become an uncle. And that kind of slowed down the music for him a bit, and he doesn't really play all that much anymore, but like when I'm home, he'll still jam with me. It's one of those things. He doesn't like being on the stage. He wants to spend all of his time with his boy, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Those two are like 2 peas in a pod. No, Fionn, my nephew, he's the biggest boy ever. He's, God, little over a year old, and he's like,
That's hot.
table
Oh, really?
height. Oh, yeah.
Oh, just over a year?
Yeah.
Holy smokes, man.
No, my older brother, he's 6'6".
Oh.
Okay.
So
Makes
he's
sense.
gonna be a big boy.
So
I'm
he
super
is the
excited.
father.
Yes, yes.
Hell yeah, dude. That's freaking awesome. I love how you said the 90s music was a big shift for you,
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's like I was born early 80s, but like in my teens in the 90s, and hell
Well,
yeah, dude.
And
Yeah,
for him, the 90s is for us the 70s.
Yeah, which is also great
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
music
and I
too.
find kids my age, they don't listen to stuff like that. Like going to high school and listening to the stuff that I listen to, like Metallica and Alice in Chains and
Godsmack.
Godsmack.
Yeah.
I love Godsmack. I went to a small town. Everyone likes country music, right?
Right. Yeah,
So
in
it just
Saskatchewan.
it made me push to be like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to what I want to listen to, and I'm gonna make that my sound.
Yeah.
And through high school, it was the whole, well, Evan, like you have to pick a real job. Like you have to figure out what you're going to do for your future. Pick a trade, pick anything, just apply yourself to something. And instead of doing that, I went, you know what? Nah,
You're right.
I'm going to do music.
Yeah.
I'm going to do music, and I'm going to show everyone that I can do music. And so those last 2 months of high school was me really trying to be like, you know what? I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And I'm going to be damn good at it. This one is called Lie to Me. Tell me you love me, tell me you need me, tell me every sweet thing you do to show me that I'm all you'll ever need. Hold me tight, kiss me again, tell me how you couldn't breathe without me, and then go on, girl, lie to me again.
I've been blind for far too long. All I wanted was a family, but now you're gone. You tell me to forgive you, but I won't do a thing just for you to lie to me again. You say it's the first time, but you've rehearsed your lines about how it's not your fault but mine. It's the same damn story every time. Hold me tight, kiss me again, tell me how you couldn't breathe without me, and then go on, girl, lie to me again. I've been blind for far too long. All I wanted was a family, but now you're gone. My friends, they all tell me to pick up the pace. Got my Cheyenne Chevy, I'm off to the race, and I won't do one more goddamn thing just for you to lie to me again and again and again and again and again. Just for you to lie to me again. I've been blind for far too long. All I wanted was a family, but now you're gone. My friends, they all tell me to pick up the pace. Got my Cheyenne Chevy, I'm off to the race, and I won't do one more goddamn thing just for you to lie to me again and again and again and again and again. Just for you to lie to me again. Tell me you love me, tell me you need me, tell me every sweet thing you do to show me that I'm all you'll ever need.
You were saying how you started on the drums and you were like playing with your brother. When did you know that you could sing?
When did I know that I could sing? Oh, goodness. My first year playing guitar, I started trying to sing, and a big thing for me then was Chris Stapleton, and it still is. He blows my mind.
I think he blows a lot of people's mind.
I got the privilege to go and see him, like
Or
almost partially front row in the pit.
Really?
And it was just...
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah.
I was totally...
He was trying to be funny. It wasn't funny.
Yeah, it wasn't funny. So I missed that last part. I apologize.
Oh, yeah, no good. So I got the privilege to actually see him in concert a few years ago.
Okay.
And it was just, it's the most moving thing. Like, I've never been to a concert and sat there and teared up over a song and been like, God damn. Like, I was a mess at Chris Stapleton. He's like the guy that I wanted to sound like acoustically. I'm like, if I don't sound like him with my playing, I'm pretty much screwed. So that's all I played forever. Like the Traveler album, his first album, that was so influential to me. And I learned everything that I could of his, and that was kind of my sound for a while. And the first song that I remember sitting at the table and recording was a song called Fire Away. And it's a Chris Stapleton song. And
Okay.
I was still a kid. I was like 13, 14. And I got this high pitchy voice and trying to do my best. But at that point, it was like, you know what? I'm sitting at the table with my dad and my brother and my uncle, and we're ripping through tunes. I want to do this. Like, I really, really want to do this. It made me feel a sense of purpose that I'd never really felt before. It's like, this is what I was made to do.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I was made to do. I grew up in a house surrounded by music all the time, and I always had it. It's just, when was I going to use it was my thing.
Right.
And COVID was the perfect opportunity. There'd be days where we'd get up and we'd go downstairs and we'd play for 10 hours. We'd play all day. We'd come upstairs to eat and we'd go back downstairs. And I'm pretty sure that we drove everyone in the house crazy, but we got really, really good doing it.
Hell yeah,
You're
dude.
getting a nod from Dad over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
so tonight, like here, you performed 3 amazing original
Well,
songs.
thank you.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know, like, how the hell did you learn how to write a song? If you're always like jamming and everything, playing in the basement and feeling it out, like, when did the actual creating and writing of your own stuff
Well,
begin?
I started writing riffs early on, just riffs, just to mess around and warm up my hands and do whatever that I thought sounded cool. But those last 2 months of high school were okay, I have to make this happen. Like this, there's no choice in it. This needs to happen for me. And I was pushing so hard, and I finally sat down, and I was in the computer lab of my high school. And that's actually where I wrote the show, was in my computer lab in my high school. And I had a great computer lab teacher, Karen Baxter. Shout out to Karen Baxter. You did a hell of a job with me. You got me by, man.
Is there relation there?
Yes, there is. It's
His grandfather is a cousin to her husband.
His
Yeah.
grandfather is a cousin to her husband.
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But no, and she was very much into the music thing, and she's like, "Oh well, I get that you're falling behind in your school and everything, but I'm gonna give you the 20 minutes this class to sit and work on your lyrics because I know that you need that." And she'd let me take my time and write, and sometimes it wasn't you can write. I was writing in secret, but it was a big turn for me actually sitting and trying to write and bringing that home and being able to show Dad and be like, "Hey, I wrote a song. I wrote a song, a full song, and I have guitar bits for it." And it was just such a different feeling. Like knowing that you've made something that you're proud of and it sounds good was just like, oh my God.
Oh
my
A little
God.
bit of a rush, and
Yeah.
then you wanted more.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like, I'm doing it. Let's keep going. Let's keep doing this. Let's keep writing. So since then, I've written 3 or 4 more songs, and we're working on an album right now. So hopefully start of September or November. I'm not too sure when we want to release it. It all depends on the time. But no, those last 2 months of high school were really okay, Evan, let's do this.
Right.
Let's do this seriously. And the fact that I'm dating a woman that is like, hell yeah, and she's all for it, makes it even more rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to come off stage and see the big smile on my dad's face and the big smile on her face and get the holy shit,
Yeah.
he pulled it off again.
Yeah.
Good job, bud.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
That means the world to me. And having guys like you out there that care about music, like there's no one my age that I find takes it as seriously as I do. Like this is all I got.
Except maybe Kieran.
Yeah. No, Kieran Garner. What an amazing guy.
So you guys are buddies, hey?
Yeah. No, he let me open for him that first big show that he did at the Capitol, and it went really, really well. Really, really well. And since then, we've gotten a lot closer. I've went and hung out with him. Shout out to Kieran.
Because you didn't know each other before.
I did know him before, actually.
Oh, okay.
My girlfriend's best friend at the time was dating him.
Oh.
So I got to know him that way, and I went to rodeos, and we sat down and plucked guitars a little bit. I didn't know him too well. And after they split, it was kind of like, oh, whatever. Like, I won't see Kieran anymore. But boom.
Yeah.
There he is. He's writing music. He's making it happen. And it's just like, oh, my God. Like, I think we're each other's cheerleaders in that way.
Yep.
Where it's like he releases something, and it's like, oh, my God, man. Like, that's so good. And he's played me stuff that he hasn't released yet and that he's just working on. And, like, he had me in tears the one time I went over and he's playing these songs. I'm like, God damn, man. Like, that's a beautiful song. You have to record that. I don't know. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Oh,
Record
my
this.
God. I'm crying.
My God.
Record it.
Yeah.
Like, him and his boys are so unique in the way that they do things. The way that they stop mid-show and they're like, you know what? Let's switch it up. and they all switch spots.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, and they're still going, and they're still keeping that beat. It's like, you know what? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
No, those boys, they know what they're talking about, and they know how to play for
Yeah.
sure.
Freaking rights. There
Very
is,
cool.
speaking of tears, there's one song that you performed here tonight, and
Yeah.
we had to almost put a pin in it there
Yeah,
when
we
that
had to
song
take a
was
bit of
done.
pause.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
breather,
I freaking, I was after you stepped out of the room, I was telling Mark, I was like, holy shit, I just about ended up with that whole shoulder thing, and that guy almost ended up in one of those. But that was like I told you before, my condolences for that happening, for
Thank you.
sure.
Thank
And
you.
I'm a recovering alcoholic, so anytime, well, not every time, but songs that hit me the hardest are typically, you know, when tragedy is a result of
Yeah.
alcohol abuse and stuff like that. It makes me feel like, holy shit, that was me, or that could have been me,
Yeah.
or, you know, I was so close to that, and it just puts
Yeah.
me in a time in my life where I wasn't as fortunate as I am today. And it just, you know, it hit me fucking hard, dude. And I think it's a great song, man. It's
Can you talk about it or?
Yes, I can. I find that it's one of the most common tragedies that I hear about here, just local Saskatchewan, is drunk driving accidents. And it's a hell of a shame.
Yep.
And everybody's impacted by it. Like, it's that one person in the community's gone. Not just their family's feeling it, that whole community's feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're feeling that hurt. And when I lost Blair about 2 years ago, that was really hard, really hard. When I moved to Beechy, he was one of the only kids that was like, yeah, I'll take you under my wing,
Right.
and I'll teach you the ropes. And like, he was like a big brother, and I really didn't picture another day without him. He was that person that you could talk to about anything.
right.
He was that guy you could just sit down. Like, I'd lose my mind, and I'd be screaming and mad and just losing it, and he'd be like, "It's okay, bud. Just let it out. Just
Yeah.
let it out. It's gonna be all right." And when I went through my breakup the one summer, he was there, and he was taking care of me and making sure that I was okay,
Mhm.
and making sure that I'm understanding, like, hey, there's things that you can do to help you with this. And he helped teach me a bit of a work ethic, and he brought me out to the farm and taught me how to tag cattle and give them their shots. And like, there's so many little memories that I have with him. Like, it's kind of gross, but packing my first dip for the first time, that's
Back
a
in
moment.
my first dip.
Like
Packing tobacco
Oh,
in your
okay,
lap.
okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And he showed me that, and it completely changed my mind. It's like, he made me feel like I was a big kid,
Yeah.
and I was the short, chubby kid with braces that no one really wanted to hang out with.
right.
So was he was older than you?
Yeah, he was 3 or 4 years older
Okay.
than me,
Not that bad.
and he was really there. And like, even we'd go out to the lake, Clearwater Lake, that's where we have our family cabin, and he'd come by all the time because he worked at Clearwater, and he'd pick me up and go to the drive-in. And I remember the one day he came over, and I was supposed to move wood for the fire before I left, and I didn't. And he came over, and Dad was like, "No, you got to move the wood before you go." And I was like, "No, like, pardon my language, fuck this. I'm not doing that. Like, I want to go." And we're fighting, and Blair comes over and puts his hand on Dad's shoulder. He's like, "I'll do it. Just let me take my little brother out." And that was a big moment for me, seeing that he saw me as a brother. And it's really hard not having him here, because I know that he'd appreciate all of this so much. He'd love what I'm doing right now.
He's watching.
I would even go as far as saying he's here with us right now.
Yeah.
He's here with you right now. Man,
I
for
feel
sure.
him every time I play that song.
like to drink, and I like to smoke. I only do that 'cause you think I'm a joke. I took one wrong turn, and now I'm feeling that it's getting worse. Oh, with every wrong turn, there comes a time you feel like a kid, all you wanna do is cry. But now you're a man, and all you can do is put your face in your hands. Oh, when you lose a friend, I had a friend, he was my brother. He just had nobody slowing him down. He didn't know it until he had just about drowned. That's when the liquor took him down. 2 trips around the sun, what could I have done? Would have taken your keys, begging, brother, please. Oh, just let me take you home. Today, man, it feels like days since my best friend was taken away. And I like to drink, and I like to smoke, but don't drink and drive, man, that shit ain't no joke. It's taking my friend, and know what I would do just to see him again. Also, this one's for him. I had a friend, he was my brother. He just had nobody slowing him down.
Dude, it's is it so when you do play that song, when you perform it live, how difficult is it to push through that?
I played it the first time when I opened up for Aaron Pritchard and Corey Marks and Matt Lang, and it was really hard. It was really hard not crying on stage, because you gotta be professional and the performer, but all that's going through your head is, my friend's not here, my friend's not here, my friend's not here. What the hell? My friend's not here.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get through it, but I do it every time for him.
Absolutely.
Because I know that he deserves it. He was the most loving person that anyone could have met.
What was his last name?
Flatroot.
Blair Flatroot?
Blair Flatroot.
Can we dedicate this episode in his memory?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Sweet. We'll do that.
I like it. Let's change topic. If that's
that's Aaron Pritchett's gig.
Oh. I was so nervous.
Dude, I thought you fucking killed it, man.
I pulled up and I thought that, like, this is just opening up for guys that are higher than me. It's no big deal. Like, just treat it like a normal gig. I pull in and there's a goddamn tour bus. And I was like, this is happening, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So I head inside and getting all set up, and it's just about time for me to go on, and I'm all shaky, right? And I think, honestly, this is the most nervous that I had ever been before a show. And I go out there and I play my songs, and I hate to say it, but my one single that I have released the show, that was hard to get through. Going up there with the nerves, as soon as the nerves hit me, I go dry. And that's a big pusher for me. I push really hard on the show. And messing up that one song, at least I thought that I messed up that one song. I thought that killed my whole show. And I went back, and the boys were so cool about it. They're like, yeah, and like that sounded great, man. That sounded so good. Like you don't have to worry. Just keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing. Like you're gonna get there. It's gonna be all right.
I was there. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't notice any mess ups.
That's actually a very common thing with artists.
We pick apart our own music so much.
And you know it so well. So if you do mess up, then you know you messed up. But nobody else in the room.
Well, and I'm the only one that knows I'm messed up, right?
Yeah.
Is everyone else is listening, and I'm sitting up there like, God damn it. And everyone's still just sitting and listening to the music.
Yeah, they're still having a good time.
Like it's yeah. But no, it was such a privilege, and being able to go back there. I had merch made, and I got hats and T-shirts, so I went back there with 3 hats, one for each of the boys. I'm like, this is my way of like, thank you for letting me do this.
Yeah. Hell yeah!
And right away they were like, oh shit, like Kate, like come in, we're gonna take a picture, and all of a sudden we're off to the merch table, and I get to pick something out for free.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
And it was like, this is cool.
What did you end up picking out? Because I bought some merch off those boys.
I
too
got
that
a
night.
nice black Aaron Pritchard sweater.
Yeah, I got the.
got one too.
I got the black bunny hug.
Yep.
It's kind of like camo a little bit. I
Oh,
think.
nice.
But yeah, the dark one, and then I got a Corey Marks trucker hat.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I wish I had brought cash with me. I wanted to get a little bit of everything because, like, I'm opening up for the big guys, right? I want to be able to remember.
Dude,
But
they got their tour bus got a parking ticket that night.
I know. I talked to the parking guy. Because he was giving me shit and Dad shit. He's like, if I can't see your ticket, you're getting a ticket. I'm like, okay, like I'm trying to figure out how am I gonna get this ticket.
Well,
I ain't got coins, and I ain't got a credit card.
Yeah.
So I go over there with my debit card, and I'm trying to figure it out. Won't accept debit cards. I end up having to go into the Capitol and ask someone, hey, do you have any spare change so I don't get a $50 parking ticket? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Why don't they accept debit cards?
I don't know.
Parking, Saskatoon. Why don't you accept debit cards?
Right. And
What about us kids driving around? We ain't got credit cards or loose change. Everything's online now, man.
Yeah, exactly. And Saskatoon debit guys or whatever, parking meter guys, the meter outside the Capitol hasn't been printing out receipts for like a week.
Ooh.
So get on that, man. I like to keep my receipts on all transactions spent. Get on it.
Indeed.
Right? Like,
God damn it.
you're quick to give out a ticket. But, yeah. No, I thought you did great that night.
No, I
really enjoyed your
I
set.
really enjoyed myself. I had a great time. It was a big drive up there, and I was really nervous the whole drive. But as soon as I got off the stage, it was like,
Done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
Seems like this whole world's gone crazy, and there's just nothing we can do. Maybe it's all just in my head, but I can't think straight enough to think it through. But today, it makes everything alright, and today is the day that I take flight, 'cause nobody's holding me down. It's a bit of a different feeling knowing you won't drown. These are just some things I've come to know from when I put pen to paper and let the music flow. After all, this world ain't so crazy, and now everybody sings my songs. They only know me for my music, but that's how I've wanted it all along. 'Cause today makes everything alright. And today I just know there's something coming my way, 'cause nobody's holding me down. It's a bit of a different feeling knowing you won't drown. You gotta make this life your own before you're taking turns and you don't know where to go. These are just some things I've come to know from when I put pen to paper and let the music flow. Seems like this whole world's gone crazy, and there's just nothing we can do.
I want to talk about recording a little bit.
Yes.
So like where have you been recording, and what do you like, what's your process for that? Are you doing it yourself, or are you going to a studio, or
I'm not.
what's the deal there?
I'm going to the beautiful studio of Matthew Facca at Facca Audio with one Mike Sask.
Hell yeah. Shout out Matt. Matt,
Yeah,
we want you here to
Yeah.
come hang with us one
Yeah,
night.
How
man.
about next week?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Heck yeah.
But no, I love recording with Matt. That first song, the show that we went and recorded, he put a lot into that, and that was kind of the, okay, let's see if you're serious about this. And as soon as I kept on writing, he was like, yeah, I'm in. I'm so in. It's
And
like, yes.
Which song was that?
The show
Yeah,
was
okay.
my first
Yeah.
song. And he put so much into everything. Like, he's finding guitar players, and he is a madman on the bass. I have never seen someone move like that on a guitar or bass before. He has it. And he's like, oh, we need a fill? I have the fill. It's like, whoa.
Where did that come
Like,
from?
he catches on so fast, and the stuff that he builds, it's like, okay, we'll do that. Okay, we'll do that. Why are we doing that? Oh, that's why.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Well, that was yeah.
like
we were there the night you recorded your Sask One mic.
Yeah.
What were we doing? Oh, they had just invited us there just to come
Yeah,
hang
just
out
to come
Yeah,
and
yeah.
chill.
and check it out. And you were recording that night too.
Yeah, that's when I did the acoustic version of Lie to Me.
Yeah, exactly. And just watching Matt work, I found very intriguing as well. It was like, something doesn't sound right here, and just his ability to like just adjust the speaker
He
a
picks
little
up
bit
on
one, and he's like,
everything.
boom, I got
He
it.
moved,
Like,
he moved the monitor like, I don't know, 2 inches. Oh yeah, sounds perfect. And I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah.
He's that guy, if he tells me to do something in the studio, you don't fucking argue with him.
No,
You
no,
just
just
do
do
it.
it.
You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
do it because you know it's for the greater good.
Yeah.
It's like, I know that this is going to sound so awesome when we're done. Hell yeah, I'll do it.
Friggin'
Yeah.
right. He moves quickly too, hey? He's on point. It's like, and
He's
even his
got it.
jokes, Matt, you should
He's-
almost be a comedian,
Dude.
dude.
Dr. Groove, he's a funny guy. He's awesome to work with. And he actually, this last time I went up and recorded, he allowed me to stay in his home for the weekend.
Oh.
And what a great experience. Just spending some time with my producer. Like, he's such a great guy. And he's so expressive with everything that he writes. And he's moving and he's grooving and he's constantly grooving. He's sitting there, he's like, rad, cool, man, rad.
Yeah, he's
like,
good shit, dude.
He's got it. Like, everything seems like he can just pull it out of his back pocket and go, ha-ha!
Yeah, look what I got.
Huzzah! Here you go. It's like, yeah. No, he's awesome to work with. I would recommend Matthew Facca to anyone that wants to take music seriously. Go and spend a day with Matt.
Hell yeah.
Go see what it's about. When I first met him, I was going on like learning how to record in the studio, learning how to do that sort of thing. And just the way that he had it. And he was like, I know everything that I'm talking about. Absolutely everything about every fact. It's like, holy shit. Like, I've never met someone that smart with music.
Freaking right.
Yeah, this episode is sponsored by.
Yeah. Sask One mic. Yeah.
In fact, audio.
Audio. Freaking right. So your experience obviously was a great one.
Oh, yeah.
How many songs like do you currently have out there that are released right now, recorded and released?
Recorded and released, only the one. I just have the show right now. I'm going to build up all the rest of these songs, and I'm going to drop a full album.
Okay.
And that full album will not have the show on it because that was my first single. I want a full album. I don't want something that someone's already heard on something brand new.
Gotcha.
I want them to be able to listen to it and go, this is something different.
Right.
This is something new. This is something exciting.
So what kind of, I don't want to put you in a genre or style or anything, but what's the vibe for that album?
I like rock and roll and country. I'm trying to bring that 90s grungy feel back to an acoustic-y country feel. I want to combine it again. I want to bring grunge back. I want people to be like, yeah, it is okay to write sad songs and just build a pit in yourself and start writing and writing and writing. Because that's what the greats did. Like Lane Staley of Alice in Chains, he's just, oh my God, good. The way that he writes his lyrics and how deep he gets. Alice in Chains just completely shifted everything for me. The way that I write, the way that I play. It made me feel like, hey, if I'm writing music, I need to touch people how he did. Mm-hmm. Like, when I'm gone, I want people to think of me when I'm gone as a musician and as a really good one. I don't want people to look back and be like, oh, well, he was a kid from Saskatchewan. He grew up in Domaine. Yeah. I want them to go, holy shit, that's Evan Baxter. Yeah. And it sounds crazy right now. Like, I'm only a year into this and I'm only 18 years old, but I want it. I want it so bad. I got a hunger for this music, man. Yeah. And nothing's going to stop me and nothing's going to hold me back. Oh, this is me.
Dude, I love that. Yeah. I love that. I think you're most definitely well on your way. And I want to wish you additional success over top of what you've currently had this year.
Thank you.
You've shot up very quickly on our radar, and I know you've got a lot of things coming up here, and it's all good things, man, and I'm just very, very excited for you and honored to be able to say that I actually know you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think
I'm honored to know you guys.
If you keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna do very well.
I think so.
I hope so. Yeah. No, without you guys at the open mic and at the Capitol, honestly, I don't think I'd be where I am today. You guys made it feel very homey, and you guys made me feel very comfortable. So you guys changed a lot for me and made me feel comfortable. So I just want to thank you guys sincerely for that and for giving me the chance to express myself.
Dude, that's well, I appreciate that. Very, very kind words that were unnecessary, I'm going to add.
Oh, they're necessary, man. Yeah. They're necessary. You boys do a lot for all the musicians around here.
Man, we're just having a shit ton of fun, dude.
No, but that's the best part is it doesn't feel like work. Right. All of it is just fun. Yeah. Like, even when I'm recording, that's not work. Yeah. That's not work for me. Yep. Like, all of this is just, it's so beautiful and it's so fun. And I want that to keep going.
It's like stacking the memories and enjoying the experience and just living life, man.
And
just doing what
Joel and I have been talking about this, like this podcast. We've been doing this for 4 years now. And every time we keep reminding each other, like, if this becomes like a job and it's no more fun, we just pull the plug. Yep. Yeah. So 4 years later, we're still doing it.
Yeah. Well, and that's totally understandable. If it's feeling like work and it's feeling like a hassle, then
we've said there could be like 1 or 2 views on these videos, and we'd still be doing them because that's how much fun we're having.
Well, no, and I tell my buddies all about it at home. I'm like, these guys at Funky Moose, like, they do some really cool shit. And I've shared your Instagram page with all my buddies in Dinsmore and all my buddies in Beechy. And they're checking you guys out, and they're like, "Whoa! Like, you're going to do a podcast today with these guys?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am."
Well, shout out to all Evans boys out there.
Yeah, and girls probably.
And girls, yes. Evan, I want you to know, man, we are 100% in your corner, man. We got your back. If there's ever anything that you need a hand with, or you want to know something from us, please just hit us up, man. We consider
Thank you, boys.
part of the herd. You are now family, and you have an open door policy here. Anytime you want to come back and just shoot the shit with us, man, just hit us up. We'll make it happen.
Hell yeah,
You have my
man.
word
Of
on that,
course.
dude. You're great. You're a great kid. You're a humble man, and I have so much fucking respect for you, dude. And
Thank you.
And I
I have
wish
so
you
much
all the
respect
best
for you guys.
in your career, man.
You guys really took me under your guys' wing and let me do my thing. So
Sweet.
thank you.
So
yeah.
before we go, just tell everybody in that camera where people can find you, etc.
You can find me on Instagram at Evan Baxter HGM Music, homegrown music. And then there's a Facebook page run by my father, Kurt Baxter, and it's called the Homegrown Music page. The Homegrown Music page is where all of my live recordings and everything that I'm recording and all the pictures that we take, that's where they all go. My Instagram page is more personal, talking to you guys, talking to Matt, like just getting to know other musicians, right?
Right.
And I really like how it's going. The whole social media thing, when I started off, it was complicated. So complicated. And now it's just, it's flowing, it's going, it's doing its thing. And being able to look at the Facebook and seeing that there's 10, 15 people commenting on everything that we post is like, oh my God. Like, people actually care. People are listening. And to know that my home crowd cares, that's a big thing for me, was trying to prove myself to home.
Right.
Was being able to show everyone in Beechy and Domain, hey, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can really do this.
And I'm good
this-
at it, too.
yeah.
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 And being able to say that, like, yeah, I feel like I am a good guitar player. I
Yeah.
feel like I am a good singer. Those aren't things that I used to be able to say, and that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And being given all these chances coming up, like May 30th, I'm opening up for Kieran Gardner again
Nice.
at the Capitol Music Club.
Yep.
Get tickets. We're also doing June 7th. That is my very first headliner show.
Oh.
So
And where's
I'm-
that?
The Capitol.
Oh, okay.
So I'm hoping to have about a 2-hour set or an hour 45. And we're going to shake it up, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
And coming up actually on April 19th, I am with Adam Johnson and, oh my goodness, Josh Stump at the Coors Event Center. And I get to do a 20-minute acoustic opening set. And Matthew Fack is actually going to be joining me to be another acoustic player.
Oh,
So
beauty.
if
Very
you
cool.
guys want to come and see a great acoustic duo and some great country artists, come down to the Coors Event Center April 19th. And we're
We'll
going to turn
probably
it
be
up
there.
to 11.
We'll probably be there.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Count us in.
Hell yeah, man.
We'll have the links to all that in the description to this video, you guys.
All right.
Thank you again,
Oh,
Evan.
of course. Thank you,
Thank
boys,
you,
for
Mr.
having me.
Producer in the back there. And thank you to those of you at home. And before we go, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. And we'll see you
See you
guys
next week.
All right.
Thank you again, Evan.
Thank you, boys.
Hell yeah, man. Right on. Beauty.